So why are we focusing on international business laws now? Okay. And we're going to come and we're going to detail what we talk about when we mean international business laws. But why are we focusing on this now? Okay. So there is a high level of unfulfilled demand. This is the main thing that I drew at, that there's a very high demand for this kind of skills. Okay. And there isn't that much, like, in fact, there is rarely any people you will find who are really, really skilled in terms of international business law. Okay.
In
There is a
fact,
special window. Yeah, yes. You want to say something?
if you take a small poll and see students around you or people around you, just ask how many of them specialized in international business law, or how many people you know who have done some work in international business law. That's the easiest way to know that how many people are
Yeah.
actually pursuing this.
Like if you ask for people who are into M&A or corporate law or things like that, you may find lot of people who are in litigation. But ask someone, how are you, like, are you specializing in international business law, or do you know international business law? You will rarely find people who are actually working in that area. Okay, so there is an area window of opportunity in this, because on one hand there are more startups and the businesses which are going international. Okay, but law colleges are not teaching these skills. Okay, and if you see startups, the rate at which they are expanding into countries beyond the world with the help of, like, beyond the borders of India, with the help of investor driven money, it's like unbelievable. To at one time they will be reaching out into something like 20-30 different countries. That's the kind of aim or targets entities are having nowadays. Okay, so that is why this opportunity is here right now, okay, in this domain, because you see entities going international like anything. Now, supply will remain low in the foreseeable future because most lawyers restrict themselves to one jurisdiction. But these kind of businesses require experts who have multi jurisdictional expertise, right? So it's not being taught. And right now, it is happening so fast, all of a sudden, that it is going to take a little bit of time for this gap between the supply and demand to fix itself. So there will be people who will slowly start moving towards learning international business law because there is an existing demand. And the way it will happen is that, when at in a certain period of time, it the demand equals supply, or if supply exceeds demand, then that opportunity will start to cease. It will, like, start to recede, and it will not be available to that extent. So right now you have this window where there is this massive gap. Okay, and the supply will remain low for a period, for a foreseeable future. Okay, now this kind of expertise can only be found in big UK or US law firms, and these people are very, very expensive. Okay, just think of, like, the kind of startups who are crazy going global. They have had few 8 years of operations to expand, and they need to reach out. They need people who are going to guide them on that. There are also international law firms who will be helping these startups. There are also in-house counsel roles cropping up because these startups are growing. Okay, and the expertise is only in UK or US law firms, and that is very, very expensive. So here is one profile that I would like to share. Let me see if there is something that needs to be answered here. Okay. So this is a profile. If you can have a look at this profile for this person, Charlie Morgan, who is, like, a UK based lawyer, but this is the kind of expertise that people are beginning to have slowly. Okay, cross border commercial disputes. So you will find profiles which kind of have this this expertise that I am working in multiple jurisdictions. Okay, you will find in-house counsel profiles also which are in this domain. They signify clearly that they are working in multiple jurisdictions.
So how
Okay,
many of
we're
you
going to
have heard
share.
of? Yeah. Yes, sorry, Komal.
Yeah,
I was just going to ask a
sorry,
small
you were
question.
talking,
So,
you were talking
yeah,
about something.
how many of you have heard about Herbert Smith Freehills, HSF, Allen and Overy? Anybody who has heard of these names?
Baker McKenzie.
Baker
These are all
McKinsey.
firms. Or you always come across that. What are people saying?
Few have heard, most
Few
have
have
don't.
heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Magic Circle firms, very good.
These firms are present, like, in international, they in multiple jurisdictions. Okay. And the reason they can easily get clients, like, or they will get clients in this domain, is that if people have used or, like, worked with any of these firms in one jurisdiction, then it is kind of given, they will find it, they will become more comfortable to also avail of their services in another jurisdiction. Okay, that's one reason why firms like this kind of always work, and they will get demand because of the scenario that is happening now.